Hi, Krista. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. So, today I'm just going to ask you some questions and then go over your audiogram results so that we can figure out a few strategies that might make hearing a little bit easier for you. If you have any questions or need me to slow down at all, please don't hesitate to let me know. Do you have any questions or concerns so far?
No, not yet.
All right, perfect. So, first, I want to know, how has your hearing been lately?
I've been struggling a little bit to hear my coworkers when I'm at work.
Okay, so would you say that that's your worst situation for your hearing is just at work?
Yeah. When my coworkers are speaking to me, I, I struggle to hear like the exact words that they're saying.
Okay, so would you say that you can hear them, but you just don't understand what they're saying to you?
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
Mhm.
and how long has this been bothering you?
Um, Probably in the last year or couple of years. Couple of
Okay,
years.
last
hmm
year. Is there one ear that hears better than the other that you've noticed?
Not that I've noticed.
Okay, and how do you do with the TV? Are you having any issues with that?
Yeah, I have to turn up the volume to hear the TV.
Okay, turn up the volume. What about with the phone? Is it the same situation, just turning up the volume?
Yeah, it's the same thing with the phone.
Okay.
hmm
And before this most recent hearing test that you took, when was the last one? Or have you had one at all?
I honestly can't remember the last test I've had.
Okay, that's okay because we have your audiogram results from that
Okay.
most recent test, and I can go over that with you now, which might
Sure.
explain why you're having some of those difficulties. So if you look at that graph that I've shared with you, that's your audiogram.
hmm
And it shows that you have normal hearing up to 500 hertz, then sloping to severe hearing loss bilaterally. And I'll explain what I mean by that. So, first, you'll see those two lines there. The
hmm
red is representing your right ear, and the blue is representing your left. And as you can see, they're pretty closely aligned and are falling within similar areas on the graph, which is why it's considered bilateral. And that just means that it's the same in both ears. Then you'll see on the left side, on that x-axis there, a measurement called decibels. And this is how we describe the volume of a sound. So as the numbers increase, going down, the volume is increasing as well. And on
mm
the top, the y-axis, you'll see the frequency, which you might also hear as pitch. And when you look at the graph from 250 to about 1500 hertz, your hearing is within normal range, which is 0 to 25 decibels. And this means that you can hear lower frequency sounds normally,
hmm
and those sounds in speech are going to be your vowels, like the ooh, ah. Those types of sounds will not be affected.
hmm
Then you'll see that your hearing starts to slope at 2000 hertz. You begin to experience a moderate loss. So you're going to have to turn up the volume pretty loud in order to hear those sounds.
Oh, okay.
And this is the frequency that some consonant sounds lie. So the g and the ch sound, you might have some difficulty with hearing. And then from 3000 to 8000 hertz, the loss is moderately severe to severe, which means that you would have to turn up the volume extremely loud in order to hear any of the sounds in that range. And this is where most consonants are, like the S, the T sound. So this will also contribute to difficulty understanding what people are saying and
Oh,
consequently having to turn up that volume on the TV and the phone, like you had stated
hmm
earlier.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. You have any questions so far?
No, that makes sense to me.
Okay, perfect. And so I have a few suggestions that you should consider when you're finding yourself in a situation where you just can't understand what the person that you're speaking with is saying. The first thing is just using your visual cues. Watching their mouth movements can be really helpful to guide you through the conversation,
Okay.
and making sure that the person is directly facing you so that the sound is coming right towards you and you can see their mouth while they're speaking.
Okay.
Also, ensuring that there's good lighting that enables you to see their mouth will be beneficial. And if you ever do need clarification, you can always ask the person to repeat or rephrase what they had just said. And it's
Mm-hmm.
also nice to know if you're doing something right. So make sure that you're letting your communication partners know what they're doing well and if there's
Mm-hmm.
anything that they need to work on.
Okay.
And another helpful strategy is just trying to anticipate what the person is going to say. So, for example, if a waitress at a restaurant comes to the table, the first thing that you might expect her to say is, "What would you like to drink?" So, you
Mm-hmm.
can use this strategy in lots of places that you're familiar with, just using those anticipatory cues to help you.
Okay.
And for the difficulty hearing the TV, I'm going to recommend to you infrared headphones, which are really cool. Have you heard of those before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so as I explained earlier, your hearing difficulty is mainly in those higher frequencies, but you can hear the low frequencies normally. So, what
Mm-hmm.
these do is they take those high frequency sounds and turn them into low frequencies so that you don't have to like blast your TV volume and further damage your ears in
Oh,
order to interpret all the speech that's going on. So I think it would really benefit you to invest in a pair of those. They aren't too expensive and you can find them in a lot of places, but I can send you an email with more details about that.
okay, yeah, that'd be great.
Perfect. And for the phone, I'd highly recommend looking into the California Telephone Access Program. Have you heard of that before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so anyone with hearing loss, so you or anybody that you know, can
Mm-hmm.
qualify for a free telephone issued by the government. And they offer a bunch of different features depending on your personal preferences. They have phones with a flashing light visual instead of a ringer. And some have captioning so that you can read what the speaker is saying to you rather than interpreting the audio yourself. They can also increase the volume of the ringer as well as the other person's voice. So there's lots of options to choose from. I would definitely suggest looking into that.
Okay, cool.
And since you do have some hearing loss, the last thing that I want to recommend is that you come back for a screening each year just to make sure that it isn't getting worse. And I'll also refer you to an audiologist who can discuss hearing aids with you if you think that you might be interested in that. Was there anything else bothering you or any questions that you have for me?
I don't think so. I think you addressed everything.
Okay, perfect. Well, if you think of anything, you can always shoot me an email or give me a call, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it was good to see you. Thanks for meeting with me again today.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good day.
Thank you.